if I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home, when I'm home.
All right, race fans, we're live tonight here at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Sim500 Monday Night Money series brought to you by Transervice here. The Cup Cars, Monster Machines is what I like to call them. And that's right, I want to appreciate everybody filing in because we're live here tonight on YouTube, Twitch, iRacing Live, and on Facebook Live tonight, bringing it to you multiple simulcast here for these guys here in the Sim500 Cup Series, and they're about to put on a show at Hot Atlanta here tonight. Gonna be some rumbling. Well, I'm Joe White up here in the booth, and here soon I'm gonna be joined by Logan Clampett. He's one of the iRacing men who one of the pro style drivers out here, so it's gonna be a pleasure to have him up here. Harrison is off tonight, had some family stuff he had to take care of, and hey, everybody's got to take a night off and a vacation, but Sit back, relax. Hope you enjoy this show. Got a few little features we're going to show out there tonight. It's going to be a good one as these guys, man, rumble right now in the middle of practice here. And like I said, we're live tonight here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, Sim500 Monday Night Money, brought to you by Transervice here in the Cup machines. Let y'all sit back and listen to the sights and sounds of some of these machines blasting around. Let me know how everything sounds, how everything is to you out there in the viewer world as we get set here to go racing shortly, folks. About 30-some seconds for qualifying. All right, qualifying underway here. Atlanta Motor Speedway. Let's get these guys, man, up here. Get your qualifying order out. Well, this is a who's who of names here tonight. The Sim500 Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice. Cup cars, big boys. They just raced Atlanta yesterday, and it was an awesome race. A little rain, man, hurt the crowd just a little bit, but that's okay. Hopefully that was a big crowd here tonight. Watching the guys of the Sim500 rumble around this place. It'll be a very good race, I think. A lot of names out here. Big field, huge field that is. We got about 30-some cars, almost close to a full field out here, folks. Well, definitely, if you like what you see, hit a like, hit a share, hit a sub. If it's your first time on the YouTube side. Hey, if you're on the Facebook side, let me know what you're thinking out there too. Hit a share also. All right, good deal, Rick, man. Denver, Colorado. Well, it's across the state there, across the country there. It's awesome. Well, we're here in Atlanta. Like I say, we're about to turn this thing up. Got Logan up here. He's getting logged in right fast, so we'll hear from him shortly here. As we're in the middle of qualifying tonight here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. About to get set here to go green flag racing. Got about 6 more minutes here left in qualifying. These guys get a extended time on some qualifying, so it's pretty good for them. As you can see right now, the man on point is Anthony DeBarro. Wow, that's a good time he laid down up there on the top side. Chad Cole sitting in second. Brody Hayes in third, Thomas George sitting in fourth, Bobby Terrell fifth, and Coleman Hemstreet right there. He's starting in 6th place spots. And then Rick McBride, 7th, Mitch Rollo at 8th, Steve Goschalk at 9th, and Nelson Riviera rounds out the top 10 as of right now. So a good list of gentlemen out here running at the Sim500 qualifying order so far. Good field, good group. Guys, we're talking about tonight. I think what we're going to see is a hot slick track, which that's what they call it, hot Atlanta. It's going to be interesting to see throughout this entire race. Probably going to get a little spread out. Could be some action-packed stuff. I mean, it's got a huge field, like I say, right now. There's 30-some machines out here. I call them the bad, fast monster machines of the Cup car, Gen 6. And they're about to do some wild stuff here on the virtual world of iracing.com. This is the realest thing you'll get without stepping out there with millions of dollars and getting your own machine out there and trying to run. That's a good looking paint jobs too, by the way. All right, folks, tell you what, we got about less than a minute here. Get settled, get ready. Qualifying's about out. Anthony DeBarro sitting on the top pole right now. Nobody's been able to knock him off that throne yet. As these guys here at the Sim500 tonight. Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice here at Atlanta. Hot Atlanta here tonight. Well, like I said, I was waiting, and I was accompanied up here by the man they call Logan Clampett. And that's right, he's one of the peak antifreeze guys out here. Logan, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
And they're doing awesome. And I tell you what, getting ready for some awesome racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Watching these guys just storm around this place. Maybe real quick, tell us what you think we're going to expect here.
Well, you're going to expect the car will probably be handling pretty decent here on the shorter run, but as we get into the maybe mid-run to long run, the car is going to be slipping and sliding all around the track, mainly down the front straightaway. People will have to go maybe 90% throttle through the tri-oval to keep the cars stable, and that's what you're going to want to do, is just tire conservation and just driving the car as easy as possible without wrecking it.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, with that note here, folks, we're going to our grid here tonight. Atlanta Motor Speedway here, as these boys, men of the Sim500 is going to grid them up. Man, on pole tonight, Anthony DeBarro putting it out front. Greg Evans there starting in second. Third place man, Chad Cole. Nicholas Cohen starting in the fourth. Brody Hayes in the fifth place. Thomas George sitting in sixth. Seventh place man, Bobby Terrell. He almost came up. He came up the winner series, almost pulled off the championship there. Eighth place man, E.J. O'Rourke. Keep an eye on him tonight. Ninth place man, Corbin Hemstreet. He's a newcomer here. Got a new team and looked good last week at Daytona. 10 round out the top 10. Rick McBride. And I tell you, we look through the rest of this field. It is a huge field, huge power, pretty fast track here tonight at Atlanta. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of talent out here tonight, Logan.
Yeah, there definitely is. I see some names that I recognize in this field, and it's going to be some tough competition for sure tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And these guys, man, are definitely going to put it all on the line here for the Atlanta Motor Speedway. And it's good to have Logan up here because he can give us a real good insight here on what you're going to see these cars do throughout this whole entire race. And like I say, we just got who's who of names here at the Sim500. A lot of these guys on the off season, did their winter series for the Monday Night Money Series, and then they had an off season for the Joe Gibbs Racing. And you saw a lot of these drivers out there as they took on some of the actual NASCAR drivers for Joe Gibbs Racing. And it was interesting. I've done a couple broadcasts with Denny Hamlin and Parker Klingerman in it and stuff like that. So that was always fun to see. But again, it just shows you the talent here on iRacing. And, to have somebody like Logan in the booth, well, we already know about talent. You came up just a little bit short on winning the actual championship for the Peak. And none of that just proves to the fact that, man, you got skills.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. Yeah, it was a tough one last season, and hopefully we can get after it next season. We switched our numbers in sponsorship. We're actually driving the number 46 now instead of the number 44, and we're sponsored by Richmond Raceway.
Oh man, that is awesome right there. I mean, that just goes to show you there's something that I also love to talk about, and I'll talk about it throughout the whole entire broadcast, is sim racing in general. The amount of sponsorships that have come on board company-wise and the real sponsors, and a lot of these guys out here that are running, real style sponsored cars, like Transervice coming on board. Actual real company coming on board here to sponsor it. And the guys out there, our title sponsor here at OSRN, Online Sim Racing Network, simspeedshop.com, coming on board for the 2018 season here. So that just goes to show you the magnitude of real style sim racing and sponsors that are coming on board here tonight.
Absolutely, Joe. It's pretty cool to see all these sponsors coming on board.
Well, here we go. We're getting set to go green flag racing, and it is flying out here tonight at Atlanta. As a man up front, he gets a good jump out front there. That would be Anthony DeBarro. As we're just going to take it here, look, and see what the rest of this field can do as they head off into turn one. For the time being, they look about 2x2, but they get straight single file up front real quick.
Yeah, about top 7, almost single file here. EJ O'Rourke is trying to get that, I believe it's the 4th position from the number 25 of Thomas George. At that he does. He's going to get clear entering turn number 3, and that'll single out the top 10 actually.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Bobby Terrell right there sitting in the 8th place spot. Looking good as he's trying to battle around this place. Right now, everybody's strung out single file, kind of using that bottom groove. You know, we talk about Kevin Harvick. He's the one man here who won yesterday. But, boy, he is a master of this track, and they use that bottom lane. I know it's a little bit different in the real world, but you also see it here in the virtual world. Putting those left side tires on that white line, it is a fine line between disaster, because if you get too far, it'll upset that car. If you don't go far enough, you just don't get the momentum off the turn.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You need to be on the bottom here, maybe shorten the run. He's at EJ O'Rourke. He's going to overcorrect into the wall off turn 2, and he's going to actually ult F4. No caution. We're still going.
Wow.
But that was pretty quick there. I think he might have overshot the corner in 1 and 2. Yeah, he might have overshot the corner. Maybe tried sliding up to the outside and just got into the wall, which sent his car sideways, overcorrected, and there he went.
Yeah, he got high there going into 2, or coming out of 2. Then it's kind of just like from that point on, he just kind of blinked out or whatnot, so we didn't even get to see the rest of it. It looks like the car just shot to the right. I don't know if that might have been just a connection issue. I've seen cars do that before, and obviously, folks, we're in a virtual world. Anything can happen, connection-wise, cetera. I mean, you know, some things you can't control. A lot of times I see when they have a connection issue, that car just shoots right, almost like blew a tire, went to the wall.
Yeah, the cars can be very sensitive, especially if you're running a very low steering ratio. You can easily overcorrect the car back up into the wall, just like EJ O'Rourke did off turn number 2 there.
Wow. Well, no caution, man. Hate to see that on his end. And like you just said, looks like, man, his night might be done, because they don't do any fast fixes here. This is one of these series where you pretty much tear that machine up, you're out of it.
Absolutely right. His night may be done here, as that actually split up from 4th to 5th. It really checked up a lot of the guys, because I believe they were trying to avoid EJ, trying to check up for him, and they lost a lot of time to 4th position there.
Yeah, I hate to see that on his end. When Anthony DeBarro is a man out front right now, and he is just cleaning house. Well, you might have to call him to Kevin Harvick tonight, because right now he's putting on a show. He's got a heck of a lead in a 1.7 seconds over Nicholas Cohan right now.
Yeah, and he's still pulling that lead. He was about half a tenth faster there than Nicholas that last lap, and quite a few tenths quicker than Greg Evans there.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, you know, where do I know that name? Anthony DeBarro. Sounds very familiar. Seen him out before. I know he's one of the top guys, so, I mean, I've seen him before. Very fast driver.
I haven't really seen him that often. Maybe, I don't know if he does a lot of official races or...
Yeah, it might be where I've seen him at or something, but, you know, either way, right now, he is definitely taking a hold of the field.
We got a car loose on the back.
Who we got?
He almost wrecked it. It was Bobby Terrell in the 14 car. He must have hit one of the bumps there, or he got loose off turn 2 actually, and overcorrected it into the outside wall, barely kissed it. That was a great save by him. Kept it going, and he's still up into the top 10.
Wow. Yeah, he's got that number 14 machine right now, trying to rumble on the outside of Corbin Hem Street as he's in that 7th. And that's the thing we're going to think about right here tonight. These guys said it was slick. I always noted off of like a push loose style feeling. Kind of slick going in, might get push coming off. Usually not a good combination you like doing a race car.
No, you're absolutely right, Joe. That's definitely not what you want. A tight, loose feeling. It doesn't feel good at all as a racing driver, especially if you're loose in. You can barely handle the car off the corner. But like I said, once you get into we're only on lap 10. If this stays green, these guys will be doing, depending on what strategy they want to do, either like maybe about 32 lap runs or 44 lap runs. The cars are going to get way worse, and they're going to get a lot looser.
Okay, yeah, and that's the thing. If you talk about tire wear, we haven't really talked much about tire wear. We did a race the other day. Tires are very aggressive at this place, even in a virtual set world here tonight here at iracing.com that we're on, this awesome simulator. They have one of the realest tire models it is, so you definitely got to protect those tires. You tear them up earlier on, you're going to pay for it late on into the run.
Yep, for sure. You don't want to drive the car too hard here. It'll be interesting to see what Anthony will be doing during the longer run, because he's really stretched his lead and pulled away there. Nicholas was maybe about a tenth faster than him last lap, so he may be falling off. We'll have to see here later in the run.
Yeah, right now, yeah, he's out front right now. Our leader is by about, well, like you said, 1.4 seconds. It was 1.7. Looks like he's gaining a little bit now, 1.5. So like you said, he's moving along a little bit over Nicholas Cohan. Just going through the field here a little bit. Got some racing throughout the field here and there. Most of them, though, pretty much at all. We got a yellow flag. And that's the 4 involved, of Joey Katina. Let's go back here on the replay here, Logan, and see exactly what happened to him. Oh, he got contact. Wow, let's go back one more time here. Let the viewers see. He was back there battling the 4 machine was Joey with the 43. They were up high. And that's the 43 of Doug Roth. And just looked like, man, they just got into each other. And the 9, wow.
It seems like Joey got a little loose there off the corner and just got the 43 into the outside wall. But that really sucks for people like Bobby Wetzel and Joe Hudson. They had absolutely nowhere to go to avoid that 43, and that'll most likely end their night.
You know, and that's the thing too. You know, we talk about racing is it can definitely, it's just like real racing. Sometimes no place to go. They can sneak up on you and boom, there it is. You know, wrong place, wrong times, how I kind of talk about it. I tell you what, man, right now, kind of interesting to see if we have, I'll let him do his pit stop right now as we got pit stops coming in. It's going to be a very busy place, pit road is. I don't know if we've got Anthony DeBarro in here. Look through here and see if we do. If we get a talk in with him, because, well, he has dominated. Man, got Coors Light out there on his machine. Maybe he paid off everybody else with some beers.
Yeah, as they are, they're down on pit road here. I believe everyone's going to take 4 tires. One guy misses stall. That's Chad Cole. He'll have to drop to the back most likely, and Anthony's going to beat him out.
Okay. Yep, sure is. Race off pit road. Well, he's going to get out there before anybody else does, which he has that magic number of the pit road number 1, and that's where I know the name Anthony DeBarro. He raced in the Full Throttle Series last season. I remember seeing him somewhere. Remember seeing the name. So there we go. But I tell you what, I'll bring him up here and see if we can't get a talking with him. See just how well that car feels for him here at lap 15. Anthony DeBarro, Joe White in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, how you doing?
Hey, pretty good. Well, I tell you what, right now you got a rocket out there, and the track looks like it's coming to you. How's the car feel? How's the track feeling?
That was pushing a little bit there. I just wanted to get a good tire read. I mean, the guys behind me are starting to inch in, so this run I'm going to try to be a little easier on the tires off firing off, but I think we're good long run, short run. I mean, it's just all about not making many mistakes on pit road and being there at the end and keeping the car clean.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, definitely, you think you got the car maybe to maintain what you're doing? If you do, well, like we're saying, you're going to look like the Kevin Harvick out here of Atlanta.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I don't think anyone's a Kevin Harvick of Atlanta besides Kevin Harvick. But I don't know. We're just trying to get a good top 5 run. And after last week, I made a big mistake and felt bad of everyone that got included in that incident. Still do. But we're going to move on and hopefully top 5 this week and just build some points.
Absolutely. All right. Well, good luck out there, Anthony.
Thank you.
All right. You were down in the turn 1 or Doomstown?
Yeah, Boomtown.
Boomtown, all right, good deal. Get him back down there, man, and his team there. Boomtown Sims, a new team here tonight, Logan. They got Mitch Rollo, Sean Bounty, who I'll tell you what, pulled off an awesome win there at the other week, and then Anthony DeBarro there, Corbin Hemstreet, and Jared, I hope say this right, Connie, I believe it is.
Who's that?
Boom Street. Down
Boom
there.
Street.
Yeah, down at the bottom. I think it's right. Connie or Jared, Jared Connie? Connie? If not, maybe we'll get him up, but I can correct his name here a little bit later. I always apologize to these guys, man. I mess up names all the time. All right, we're lining back up. Set here to go back green flag racing once again, folks. Run the caution the first time tonight. Lap 17 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. As the pace cars bringing these awesome machines. I call them the bad fast boys and some bad fast cars. About to do bad fast things here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. As that pace car is bringing them 2x2x2 all the way down.
Absolutely right. They're getting ready to take the green here as they enter turn number 3 here at about 65 miles per hour. Anthony DeBarro is going to lead them. Nicholas going into P2.
Yes, he is. Pace car's coming out of turn 4, folks, here. And he'll let these boys here at the Sim500 presented by Transervice here tonight go to work here. As we'll take it side by side on the restart here and get a good shot for the viewers. Pace car's in, green flags in the air, and Anthony DeBarro, boy, he wastes no time on jumping out front, hammering through the gears as Nicholas Cohan gets a good shot right there for the second place. That's Brody Hayes and Bobby Terrell, though, going to battle it out for third.
Now those single file out here in about the top 6, top 7. The 54 car here about 7th. They're actually going to battle for 7th. The 78 and the 54 of Timothy Johnston as they enter turn number 3 and 4. The 78 might get clear here off turn number 4. He'll take it. Now the 54 and the 2 are side by side for about 8th.
Absolutely. Rick McBride gets that spot, but right behind him, Mike Kelly and Timothy Johnson right there will duke it out as the 2 machine will take it coming out of 4 to complete this lap. Going to be lap 19 here, 130. It's going to be coming out of 2, my bad, down the back stretch. That puts Steve Goschalk up underneath the 54 Timothy right now.
Yeah, Timothy's really getting trained here. He's all the way back to about 10th position now, but he's still door to door here with the 91 as he crosses the start finish line.
Yes, they are right there, door to door. And one thing you got to think about it, be easy on those tires, because the longer you stay side by side like that, the more tire wear you will use. So got to be mindful of that running out here.
No, you're absolutely correct, Joe. If you're on the bottom of someone, you're really going to be using up those tires. If you're on the outside, maybe not as much, though. But speaking of Timothy, he's still getting trained. He's all the way to about 11th here, and the 25 of Thomas George is now going to take that position away.
Absolutely, and that's going to bring the 63, Brian Boris Cook. And just a little history lesson on Brian Boris Cook. He is the PR man, social media guy for Joe Gibbs Racing, one of the guys that helped on the Joe Gibbs off-season challenge here, that they raced with the Sim500 in production with them, kind of a partnership there. So that's Brian Boris Cook, good guy. And he's got the Bitcoin. Maybe he's going to pay off the USAA machine in front of him, the 54 Timothy. He's all over his back deck lid. We got a battle up front, though. I noticed Anthony's not getting away from Nicholas Cohan like he did the last time.
Yeah, remember Anthony said he's going to try and conserve here a little bit. Maybe not stretch the gap, but maybe keep even here with Nicholas. Not for Nicholas to really get up to his bumper and pass him, but to just kind of sit there and hope that the long run can pay off and he can just pull away.
And that's a smart move, I believe. He knows what the car will do on a short run. He could just blast that thing and take off like a rocket ship. Now he's trying to see, like you just said, maybe save the tires, be conservative, see if he can still maintain out front here and hold on to it. As he's got a good lead. He's maintaining about 3/10 over that man in the 57 of Nicholas Cohan. It's a good battle. And behind him, Brody Hayes. So the top 3 kind of spread out a little bit. You go back here to the 4th place, Bobby Terrell. Behind him, you got to go to Mitch Rollo and Greg Evans, who are like their nose to tail.
Yeah, Mitch got an awesome run off of turn number 2 and actually took the position away from Greg. The outside line there really worked. So expect some guys to maybe go up there and try it out. He was all the way up middle groove, high groove sort of area, and just it took off like a rocket ship.
Yeah, that's true. And I tell you, it can here so fast here tonight. You know, and another thing, you can get in trouble so quick here. Like I said, later on, you get into runs as we're at lap 24 here, 130. Folks, we appreciate you tuning in as we're live here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway, Sim500 Monday Night Money Series, presented by Transervice here. Cup Series here, big boys on a lot of money. The reason they call it the Monday Night Money Series, well, a lot of money on the line. Full Cup Series here that they run. They follow the actual NASCAR televised, so pretty much easy to keep up with the schedule. But they'll break it up in a little bit of segments here. But like I say, appreciate everybody tuning in. And hey, if you like what you see, let us know out there. Love being interacting with the chat, because right now I've got a good race, and these guys, man, have just put on a good show so far.
That's right, Joe. It's only lap 26 too, and these guys are putting on a show as you got a battle for 4th position, cutting it close. The 14 will slam the door on the 96 off turn number 2. The 96 will cross him over, go to the bottom here in 3 and 4, and they are side by side, door to door, in turns number 3 and 4.
Yeah, coming out of turn 4 to complete the lap. Looks like the 96 just can't hold that bottom line. It's going to have to fall in the line behind him. As I say that, maybe not get fools. They're going to try overhead into 1. He's going to dive back on the inside. Just got to make sure that car don't wash up the track and go into his door.
Yeah, remember, like I said, that outside is maybe the preferred line now, running side by side. It's really coming in because of the rubber. That's how the 14 kept his position there over the 96 of Mitch Rollo.
Yeah, right now. Oh.
He got really loose off turn number 4, and the 96 almost got him in the left rear. That was very close and could have been very disastrous.
Yeah, and I think that lap machine there kind of slowed him up, bottlenecked him a little bit, because the 37, Brody there, had to check up. And maybe that got Bobby Terrell there in the 14 a little bit jumpy, as he had to ease up on the throttle some. And, you know, we talk about the track here. Everything happens so quick. I mean, the speeds that they're running at this track is just amazing right now. I mean, 154, but what they get down the straightaway, they get all well into 180s, almost 190 mile an hour.
Yeah, it can be very treacherous going those speeds, entering the corner especially here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, where it's very, very slick.
Yep. Good battle right now as Anthony DeBarro still out front with Nicholas Cohan in second. Brody Hayes there in third. You still got Bobby Terrell. He's trying to hang on to that 4th place spot. Got Mitch Rollo just all over his back tailgate, though.
Yeah, Mitch has really stepped it up here. They're still door to door here, entering turn number 1. We'll have to see here if the 14 can hang on as he'll run the outside line, which has quite a bit of grip up there. Yeah, he'll get a run off of turn number 2, and he'll most likely clear Mitch here off the corner. That he will. He'll get the run there and keep his 4th position for now.
Yes, he will. Stays in the 4th place spot. He's using a higher line than most people. Here he's using that middle groove, and he's using it very well because he get that run coming off the turn, and Mitch just cannot get the bite that he needs. He can get in beside of him as he goes into the turn, but he just can't get the run coming off. And I see a lot of guys are climbing up there, so some multiple grooves coming in here tonight here at Atlanta.
That is correct. As let's look up here. We almost have a battle for the lead. The 57 is really closed up here on Anthony DeBarro. He got a really good run off of turn number 2 and almost got to his back bumper, but it looks like Anthony pulled him in 3 and 4 there. So that battle for the lead may be continuing as the 57 will go up the track in the middle groove. We'll try and get a run off here. Turn number 2. Let's see if he can get to the inside here. Or maybe he won't take it. No, he won't. He'll play it safe and maybe wait till the next lap.
Yeah, looks like he's trying to travel up the track here just a little bit. Maybe searching for a place around this area to see if he can actually get a a shot, maybe a slingshot off the turn. And I'm noticing from a lot of drivers out here, Logan, a lot of them are going up the track. Is that just something that maybe is a product here at Atlanta?
Yep, you're absolutely correct. The outside lane really comes in on the older tires and maybe the rubber there on the bottom lane, because there's so many cars on the racetrack. That bottom lane is really rubbered up, so the top lane has more grip pretty much the whole corner, and so that way they can get a run off the corner.
All right, well, good deal. Battle up front. Again, we're thinking about Anthony might be just trying to see what his car will do in a long green flag run, because right now we're on a pretty good long green flag run. About there for 19 laps since the last time we run the caution. Nicholas Cohan's going to see if he can't climb up there and take that lead away. Right now, he is only about a car length back from our leader, Anthony DeBarro, out front. And those two have almost a second over the third place of Brody Hayes.
Yeah, they're really stretching their lead here over Brody. Actually, Brody was quite a bit faster than them last time. Nicholas is actually going to go way up the track here in turns 1 and 2. He's probably going to get a massive run here off turn number 2. He may go to the bottom. Yeah, he's going to look down to the inside, entering turn number 3. Anthony's going to give up that position. Nicholas Cohan's going to be your new leader in turns 3 and 4.
Boy, muscled that thing up through there. Showing a little damage on Nicholas Cohan on his front right. Maybe it might be just something I'm seeing wrong, or are you seeing the same thing out there?
I actually am not seeing the same thing. Maybe maybe it's his connection, because he is blinking a little bit. So maybe it could be his connection there. Just kind of seeing things, but yeah. But Anthony took a look there to the inside in turns 1 and 2, but just couldn't make it happen. Like I said, that outside has kind of become that preferred line for now.
It has, and you know, the first time lead change here tonight as Nicholas Cohan takes it to the point over Anthony DeBarro right there in the 57. So we'll see what Anthony will do. And he was talking during the caution, like he was telling us, he's going to keep it easy, but he is trying that inside lane, and he dives down on the low side, looking back to door here.
Yeah, running that inside lane could actually tear up his tires than actually help them, just because he may have to turn more in the center of the corner and his car may be sliding off a little more. So it'll be interesting to see how Anthony will run here on the longer run, see if he can get the lead back from Nicholas.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I'll tell you what, Bobby Terrell still's got his hands full back here in the 4th place spot. Mitch Rollo is definitely not giving up. But what we're seeing is what you were talking about. These guys are climbing the track ever so slow. They keep going like this on a long green flag. They're going to be up there and against the wall, man, just hanging out.
That's absolutely right. The bottom groove and middle groove will probably grip up. There'll be a lot of rubber down there, and yeah, you're right. Up there by the wall may be the groove later in the race. But remember, we're only on lap 38, so it'll be interesting to see where they run during the race. But yeah, it seems like Anthony's really keeping on Nicholas. He's going to go to the inside, actually, down the backstretch. They're going to be door to door here, entering turn number 3. Nicholas is actually going to give up that position to Anthony, and Anthony's going to go back to the lead in turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, those guys, man, are just swapping the lead back and forth up there. Is it the case maybe they're just testing out the tires, or maybe Anthony, I hate to say it this way, maybe just playing with him a little bit?
Yeah, Anthony may be faster now. That he conserved his tires there, but we'll have to see if he pulls away from Cohan. But Cohan's still running that top groove. Anthony's still running that bottom groove. 2 different grooves and kind of 2 different strategies, conserving and maybe not conserving as much. So it'll be interesting to see here within maybe the next 10 laps, 7 laps or so, how Anthony may pull away from Nicholas.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, look at Nicholas Cohan, boy. Like I said, he is up against the wall. I mean, he took a high line, but he gets that drive coming off the turn down the back. Look at the momentum. It's almost like a rocket coming down into turn 3.
Yeah, you can get a really big run off of turn number 2 there. So, yeah, he'll probably keep using that groove to try and get a run on Anthony again. But as for now, he's going to sit in line behind him. Like I said, until he could get a run, but they have really pulled away from third place of Brody Hayes. They were actually a tenth and a half faster that last time.
Wow. And it's just been a good race up front between these guys. And let's go back here and see Mitch Rollo. Well, he is trying again. He's back there in the back, and actually they're going around some lap traffic again. Behind them, though, Rick McBride is up underneath the number 14. Bobby Terrell's falling off the pace. As actually I said, Mitch Rollo finally got around the 14. He's trying to get up there on the back end of Brody Hayes. So a very good battle going on. Got a battle going on for the lead. A good battle going on back here, third all the way to back to seventh.
Yeah, Atlanta can create some really good racing here in the Cup cars. So that's what I like about Atlanta so much, is that especially what iracing did this last build, they reduced the traction on Atlanta, so you'd have to run multiple grooves and such, and the car's going to slip and slide around. So in my opinion, it creates great racing. So you see all these guys, you know, running the outside groove, running the bottom groove, getting runs and battling side by side, and yeah, it just creates really great racing. But like you said about Bobby, he's still falling back. The 25 just got clear of him down the back. Remember, Bobby was battling up there for about 5th position with Mitch Rollo, but yeah, he's really fell off the pace.
Yeah, he has, and I think it's got to allude to what we're talking about, tire wear right now, as he's just falling back. Man on the move, though, is a man up in 3rd place, Mitch Rollo. Oh, we were talking about him earlier. Here he comes, and here comes Rick McBride on the high side there, the 37 of Brody Hayes. He's going to look to see if he can't get a momentum coming off a 2 down the bad stretch. Can't get it right now as they all go back to single file, heading off into 3.
Yeah, Brett has really picked up his pace here, as he was actually maybe a 10th faster than these two ahead. So it'll be interesting to see if he can get another run here down the back straightaway and try and get past this 37 car. We got a caution.
Wow, caution's out here. If we can't spot what it is. Oh, 48's around. It's like a couple of them out there. Back there on the replay here, Logan, see if we can catch what happened. It happened on the front stretch there. Back one more time, let the viewers see. Another 48 there, Nicholas Solomon. Coming out of 4. What actually happened in front of him. Oh, he just got loose out of 4, and then it just tried to overcorrect it, got to 69, and they just collided. Nowhere to go for the 69 machine there. And that's 69 of, what's that? Oh, Corbin Hemstreet. Just nowhere to go. I mean, the door closed.
Yep, that's pretty much what happened there during that wreck. He didn't really have anywhere to go once that 48 car got loose and overcorrected back into him. So that may end the night for him unless there's a reset, but we'll just have to see here as pace car is entering turn number 3, and we're going to be coming down a pit road here shortly.
Yeah, pit road is going to be a very, very busy place out here. Under caution for the 2nd time tonight, and that was caused there by a little accident on the front stretch. Kind of no harm, no foul. I'll tell you what, let's see if we can't find Nicholas Cohan. Man was up there just battling it out with old Anthony DeBarro. He's down here in Dizzy Motorsports. Hopefully he's not feeling too dizzy after all that battling up front. I'm going to bring him up in the green room, let him get through with his pit stops. Don't like bothering these guys while they're in the middle of their pit stops. Got to be concentrated to get into it. You know, iRacing changed. It got the animated cruise. I know we can't sit on the broadcast. Hopefully they'll get that. That'll be awesome, a feature. But these guys can, and I noticed you got to hit that pit box just right now. If not, it don't work.
Yeah, they've really reduced the size of the pit box. Even I make mistakes on it. It can really screw up your stop. You have to be really perfect, as Cohan's going to grab the lead off pit road from Anthony, and we've got a really big battle here for 3rd.
Yep, 57 does, brings it to the front here. So let's see if we can bring old Nicholas Cohan up for a talk. Nicholas Cohan, Joe White in the booth, got a copy?
Got you, buddy.
Well, Nick, I tell you what, you were in a awesome battle up front there with Anthony. Did you learn anything on that long green flag run?
Yeah, this track's bouncy and loose.
Well, did you learn anything maybe to run him down? How's that?
No, it's been a fun little battle up here. We've been racing each other for a long time, so kind of know each other's tendencies. But normally he's beaten me a lot more than I'm normally not up this far. So this is a good year for me. But no, it's really loose, and you just gotta really take care of the tires. That's huge. It's the #1 thing here tonight. So just kind of riding right now, and I think we're just playing cat and mouse with each other right now.
Yeah, no doubt. Right now, well, he told us before, you know, we know he's got a rocket ship out there, but you look like you got a bad, fast machine, too, here at Atlanta. And I know a lot of guys were talking in practice, saying it was slick out there. Interesting to say it's also bumpy. Usually not a term a lot of guys use, but I know she was using that high line. Is that something that you see the car working better, higher or lower?
Yeah, I like to use the outside. Any track we go to, I try my best to try and get the outside lane to work. Just suits my driving style better, and it was working there for quite a while, and then I kind of just decided I kind of felt like I was driving a little too hard, so we decided to back it down a little bit. But no, it's 1 and 2 you have a couple options, 3 and 4 you're just stuck on the bottom. So kind of just experimenting right now. This Target Toyota Camry is really good, so we're just gonna try and keep it off the wall and be here on lap 130.
Absolutely. Well, good luck out there, Nick.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. Get him back down there in his Dizzy Motorsports room so he can get back here to go back green flag racing here soon. And I tell you what, you know, we just heard it right there, Logan. He was talking about it, and you know, back and forth battle up front, trying to take what he can away from that man Anthony DeBarro there, who has kind of been the man on point all night long. But you've got a hot comer behind him at 96. Maybe he learned something on that long green flag run too.
Yeah, he was definitely moving up there towards the front. It'll be interesting to see what he can do this run, since we've all got it grouped up here.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, pace car's coming off the bad stretch. We're at lap 50, folks. It'll be lap 51 when they cross the line and take the green flag here tonight. Sim500 Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice. That's the Cup cars out here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Pace cars in turn 3 right now. About to set us off with a green flag.
Yep, you're absolutely right. 65 miles an hour. Nicholas Cohan's actually going to lead us to the green flag this time with Anthony DeBarro on the outside lane, as the pace car is going to drop down to the pit lane, and we are green. Nicholas is going to take off here. Anthony, not a great start here. The 37 and the 5 are going to battle side by side. Brody with the advantage, entering turn #1.
Yeah, they are, and they're going to go side to side for that second spot. Anthony DeBarro's got his hands full with Brody, as Brody's on the inside. Anthony's on the high side. He's going to get the run down the bad stretch here. Here comes Rick McBride, though. Going to mix it up. The top 4 go single file. The 3 machine there. Greg Evans, he's bringing it into the party up front.
We got a battle for the lead here. The 5 and the 57, those side by side off of turn #4. Anthony got a great run off of turn #2. We're on the high line, and he was side by side. The 57, though, of Nicholas Cohan's going to get clear, entering turn #1. So that'll set that, but they're side by side for 3rd behind them. It'll be Brody and Rhett McBride in the number 78, entering turn #3.
Yeah, absolutely. Right there, Nicholas Cohan's taking it out front. Here comes Rick McBride up high. He's got that 78. He's going to try the high line. Saw some guys earlier on doing it, and he gets a good run off a forward tri-oval to cross the line. Lap 53 tonight of 130 here. As a look at Anthony pull up on the back deck lid of the 57. The battle's up front. We also got a good battle going on for about 4th and 5th. That's Brody Evans. Brody Hayes, Greg Evans, and Mitch Bolo right there.
A little bit of contact there off of turn #2 down the back straightaway from Greg and Mitch. They had a pretty good save there. Thankfully, the 96 can keep it straight, but now Greg Evans is going to try and look for 4th position. He's going to try and get to the outside of the 37. That he does. They're going to be side by side entering turn #1, but they are also side by side for 2nd. Nicholas Cohan and Rhett McBride. They are going at it here down the back straightaway. The 57's going to get the run, almost clear him, entering turn number 3.
Yes, they are. Boy, they are definitely duking it out side by side here. Coming out of turn 4, McBride on the inside, and you've got the Cohen on the outside. But here comes Greg Evans. He's going to look as the 57's going to take that spot heading into turn 1. The high line's working for these guys as they still will go door to door out of turn 2.
You're absolutely right. The outside line is coming in. Anthony was really enjoying that battle for second as he's up to about a half-second lead over Nicholas Cohan. Give him some breathing space, but they're still battling out for position number 4 here, and 78 is going to get clear, get out of that mess, as they're side by side for the top 5 now.
There they are. Boy, right there, Mitch Rollo almost put the front end there in the trunk of the 78. Little contact in the turn. He just got a good run. He's got a run coming out of turn 2 down the back stretch. He's going to shoot to the inside, see if he can't get it to hold. As they head off into 3, will he be able to get that car enough momentum as a 3 slams the door in front of him?
Yeah, they're still side by side here for 4th position. Rick McBride is not going to give up that position, but the number 96 of Mitch Rollo may get clear. No, he's not going to get clear. Let's see what the 78 can do. Oh, the 96 almost tagged the 3 there. They were about a centimeter off each other. That was a close call there as Mitch really drove it in, entering turn number 1 and almost tagged Greg. But now he's going to throw it in turn number 3. And he's actually going to get clear in the center of Greg, but he's going to cross him over, maybe off turn number 4. No, he's going to back out of it as the 96 got loose off turn number 4. Playing it safe out here. That's a great move by Greg there off turn number 4, backing out of it, trying not to tag the 96 and cause a wreck.
Man, I tell you what, the 3 machine there, Greg almost did the crossover, and that was some good driving skill right there on his part. He put that front nose right on the back quarter panel. Could have easily tapped the 96 machine, but held that car and didn't turn him. And that was an awesome run there, awesome driving job of Mitch Rollo. Actually, excuse me, the number 3 there, Greg Evans. As we're watching Mitch Rollo, he's pulled it up in 3rd place. Rick McBride still trying to battle it out. He's got his hands full with Mike Kelly.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. As they're still side by side, the 78 didn't get a run. It seems like he had to check up there off turn number 2 to try and not hit the wall. That gave Mike Kelly the advantage there, but the 78 is still on the outside. Let's see what he can do here off turn number 4.
Yeah, it is. Well, right now got some good battling also going in the back here. Another guy out there, I hear you out there, Corn, talking about Jonathan Cadell out there is on the move. Started way back in the back. So we'll give you an idea of exactly where he started. He started in the 33rd position, and he's currently up to 14th, so he's a heavy mover here tonight.
Yeah, and you also look at Chad Coleman is right ahead of him. He started 31st. He's up to 13th. But these two have had an awesome run. It's only lap 62. We're not even halfway in the race. So I can't wait to see if these two can get up to the front in time and try and battle it out for the win. But 2 names that I've seen around the service that are very, very quick.
Yeah, no doubt. You got Chad, like you said, Chad Coleman, Chad Cole. Chad Cole's running the numbers, or running a sponsor here tonight for the Transervice here, because that's what we're our Sim500 Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice. And he's right now in a door-to-door battle with that man, the Jonathan Cadell, in the number 11 machine. As Jonathan's trying to hang on to the high side. Behind him, Rick Thompson in the 76. He's going, well, fellas, make up your mind what y'all want to do. Maybe I'll try to sneak up there and take the spot too.
Yeah, it's back behind them. They're about single file, but yeah, they're really going at it, as actually everyone's going to get single file here on the back straightaway except maybe one. Nelson Rivera, we can go up to here to about 12th position. He's going to battle it out with the 91. Chad Coleman's going to be right behind him. He's going to try and follow which lane is going to be faster.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something you just got to keep up with back here. I mean, that's the product of this whole track, is you get spread out. But then again, with the multi-groove like it is, you get battles through and through here. It's the 22 machine there. That's Nelson Riviera. He's got his hands full with Steven Goschalk. He's got that Nerf mobile running around. And then Jose Gonzalez, haven't spoke about him too much. I call him Speedy Gonzalez. He's got a bad fast machine. He's up to 10th place right now.
Yeah, he's picked up 6th position since the start. He's being conservative. He's up in the top 10, trying to play it safe here. See if he can get towards the front. But basically, everyone's kind of calmed down this run. It seems like a little bit of side-by-side action, but not too much. It seems mainly single file. Some people are getting runs off at the corners, trying to battle for the positions, but some people just decide to kind of sit back and see how it all plays out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, man, you know, Nicholas Cohan, I think right now is content to run in a tire track, so that number 5 machine of Anthony up front. He's going back up high again here. It's kind of just something he talked about. He likes that high groove, and that's definitely going to allow him to save some tires if he keeps running where he is right now.
Yeah, they're actually going to go side by side for the lead, and Anthony's going to give him the lead. He's going to give him the lead here, and off turn number 4, he's going to cross him over, maybe try and battle him. No, he's going to stay behind him, let him kind of maybe hopefully wear off his tires. But it's interesting to see which line will be better on the longer run and which line is better conserving tires, as the 57 actually had a lift there in the center of 1 and 2. That'll give Anthony the advantage. He's going to take the lead back entering turn number 3.
You know, it's a risk and reward there. We just saw he had to lift on that one. And when you go that high, because you are flirting with disaster, that wall, you're up there, 1, in the loose stuff. 2, you're up there against the wall. If that thing snaps loose, gets tight just ever so slightly, wham, you're right there and going to knock that whole right side of that car off. Or if you get in the loose stuff, it can throw it up in there. So it is a risk and reward for the play on that high side. It's kind of a gamble, but it can pay off if you can drive it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is definitely risk and award. But once you get used to that high groove there in 1 and 2, it could mainly be an award. So, like I said, it'll be interesting to see which line will pay off running on the short run and see what it'll do on the longer run. But it seems like they've kind of evened out now. Andrew's actually pulled away. He's 5 car lengths ahead, half a second ahead of Nicholas Cohan. As actually, let's look back to about 5th position here. They're side by side going at it. Mitch Rollo and Mike Kelly, the 2 car off turn number 4. Mike's gonna get loose in the grass at the start finish line. He's gonna save it. That number 2 car would have saved. He's gonna lose a couple positions though, but that was definitely a very good save by him.
Yeah, it was out there almost trimming the hedges on the front stretch. And the number 2, Mike Kelly, wow, that was a good driving job by him as we were watching that battle, and we're still watching here Rick McBride. Well, you know, Logan, let me introduce you to something that we like doing here at OSRN. And I call it the, well, we'll go side to side, because not only 1, but we're going to give them 2. So it's the 2 for the price of 1. We call it the Blimpy Cam. That's what we call it here. And it's a good perspective of the track. Gives you a good perspective just how far apart these guys are. And we just call it, it's the Blimpy Cam. So we got a double Blimpy tonight. And who doesn't like Blimpy? You like Blimpy, Logan?
I sure do.
Well, everybody loves it. And, you know, it's just a good shot here just to show the track and a good overview. And I don't know where I got it, but I saw a blimp on there, and I said Blimpy, and it's just a happy word. And I give you a little thing here. I'll give you a test here, Logan. I want to meet the person that can be angry and sound mad and say Blimpy.
It's definitely going to be hard to do that. It's a fun word to say, Blimpy.
Blimpy, that's right. Everybody loves it. The chat wise, they love it when I do it. But, you know, it's just something that has been I've had people may come on and they say, well, we ain't gonna show the Blimpy Cam. We got to see the Blimpy. So it is a happy word, and it's like I said, it's a good shot here. But being able to do it side to side, we're able to give you 1, you know, 2 for the price of 1, double Blimpy here tonight. So there you go, folks. I'm gonna give you out the Blimpy Cam here, and like I said, good shot, good race so far. I mean, throughout this whole entire field.
Yeah, for sure. It really shows perspective of where everyone's running and you know what gaps, like you said.
Yeah, no doubt. You I caught you off guard with that one, didn't I?
Yeah, nah.
Hey, that's all right. That's one thing, man. I'm a little bit different, man, on a lot of things up here. And we take seriously on what we do here in the race, obviously, but we like to have fun too and bring about it here. Look at the 3 come off a turn 2. He was dirt tracking that machine. Had to hold on to it. Great drive by him.
Yeah, that was definitely a good save. Brett McBride definitely took over that position, took advantage of Greg Evans and took that 3rd position away. And he's up there in 3 and 4 actually. Brett McBride is. So, and he's almost as fast as the leaders.
Yeah, right now he's been able to close in. That 3 been to Greg Evans. He's going to try to work back on the inside of the 78. See if he can't get back up there again. They're pretty much single file all the way through the field here. As just kind of looking through, see maybe if we have any good battles here. Still Jonathan Lockhart up to 27th, Patrick Colby back there in 25th. Just kind of looking through this field. Some of these guys here in the back here still just running all single file.
Yeah, they are actually battling for 14th, Chad Cole and Jonathan Cadell. Cadell's on the outside trying to keep that position, and Chad Coleman's right ahead of them. So that's the only battle that I see on the track here. So we could focus on that for now and see what else happens.
Yeah, no doubt. But right now, I mean, like you said, it's a good battle as Jonathan Cadell's up high. He's trying to hang on to it. You got Chad Cole down on the inside, the 82. Right in front of them, the 20 machine of Chad Coleman.
Yeah, Chad's a little bit running both of the lines, actually. Chad Cole is actually going to go to the inside of Coleman on the exit of turn 2. They're going to be side by side down the middle of the backstretch, entering turn number 3, as that'll be about for position number 13.
Yeah, right now, good battle here. Look at that. Chad Cole's going to go on the inside of Chad Coleman right there. Jonathan Cadell's got his hands full with Nick Thamus. Is looking good.
Yeah, Nick Thamus is, yeah, he's going to actually go to the inside. He's actually going to get to the 20 of Chad Coleman. He's almost, Chad got a little loose there off turn number 2. That gives the advantage to Nick. Let's see if he can get clear here off turn number 4 of Chad Coleman. He's going to get the run, and he's going to get 2 positions in 1 lap.
Yes,
2 for 1 special.
Wow, and yellow flag's out.
Yet caution is out here. Let's see. Looks like the 54. Timothy Johnston was involved. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 17.
Yeah, I just saw that. Let's watch it here again. Going to replay. It looks like, just like I said, the Timothy Johnson, the 54, nowhere to go. Yeah, the 17 hit hard. He went up on his lid, and then the 54, ouch, no place to go. Folks, right along with the 54 machine. Watch this impact. He thought he was cleared and he came down, boom, just nowhere to go. Wow.
Yeah, that really sucks for that driver. Nowhere to go. As, yeah, it looks like the 17 just got a little loose, got into, who was that? It was the...
Nick, it was KC Duncan.
Yeah, he got a little bit into the 6, maybe bounced off the wall a little bit into him. But nothing really the 17 could do there. And then obviously, yeah, nowhere to go for Timothy. So that may end the driver's nights for them. So they're going to be coming down pit lane here off turn number 4. Anthony's in the lead, followed by Cohan as they're coming to their pit boxes.
Pit road going to be a very busy place.
That it is, and the leaders are down into their stalls. Let's see what they do. Probably 4 tires. Doesn't look like any of them overshoot. This may be a good race off pit road. I want to point out something though. So I saw Brody Pitt right before that caution from 6th position, and he made it down on pit lane as Anthony's gonna keep the lead, but I saw Brody pit. He elected to drive through pit road instead of going to his stall. I believe he could have gone into his stall and made it out on the lead lap, and maybe grabbed the lead. That he could have really taken advantage there of the leaders, but yeah, it looks like Anthony's gonna keep that lead there.
Yeah, he is. Brody's gonna be out front, and James Pescarella had a very good pit stop. He actually, well, as he was on pit road for quite a long time, he actually didn't make a pit stop. 77.
No, they're actually gonna go into pit road right now, and
Yeah.
that'll lead Anthony back into the lead.
Yep. Well, Anthony has been in control of this one for most of the race here tonight. Been a very, very good one. As we're at lap 80 here of 130. Atlanta Motor Speedway, folks, here tonight. Sim500 Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice here in the Cup cars. It's been a good one. Hot Atlanta. We've seen a lot of hot racing out here tonight. I mean, Logan, you talked about it. You've said it. I mean, these guys have just they've done everything they needed to do. They've been very, very patient. Hey, what's going on, Roll? How you doing? And it's just, I mean, does anybody got anything for that 5 here tonight?
What'd you say again?
I was just saying, does anybody got anything for that 5 tonight?
I think Cohan, if he times it right at the end, he could probably get Anthony there on the outside, depending on how long the run is. Anthony could probably pull away longer run, but it seems like Cohan has really kept up with them. Maybe the farthest distance, like half a second, almost the whole race besides the first run. He's kept up with Anthony, so, and remember, they've traded back and forth, but I believe that Cohan could get him if he times it right.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's been on the one up there that has been the closest so far. I mean, you got some other guys back there who have tried everything they possibly could do here throughout this whole entire race. You got Rick McBride, Mitch Rollo, Thomas George. And we've seen that 5 machine up there tonight, though. He's kind of, you know, lack of a better word, used his head, so to speak. He's tried to run that machine, see what it would actually do, and then he's actually just kind of held back a little bit to see what it'd do. And that's brought about some good racing up front as we're getting set to go back green flag racing.
That it is, and like it's been most of the night, Anthony DeBarro, first position. He's going to restart us to the green flag for about the 3rd time tonight. As second, once again, Nicholas Cohan. He's going to be on the outside lane, but Greg Evans 3rd, Brett McBride 4th, Mitch Rollo 5th. That'll round out your top 5. As the pace car is coming off of turn number 4.
Yep.
As it will drop down in. Anthony's gonna go now, green flag back in the air, as he got a great jump there on the 57. The 57 also got a great start. He's gonna get clear of Greg entering turn number 1.
And I'll tell you what, and Anthony spun those tires just a little bit coming on the start there, but he still got a good jump out. Up a little high, Nicholas Cohan's looking down low, can't quite get it done out of turn 2 down the bad stretch with single file and a freight train. The top 4 or 5 machines are. As we're also watching there, Rick McBride still taking it high. The 2 of Mike Kelly's on the inside out of 3. Will he be able to clear him? No, he can't get the run, but he's got, looks like the 22, Nelson Riviera, and a teammate there. As they're going to tag team up a little bit on the 78, see if they can't get something done.
That it is, Rick McBride on the outside lane. Remember, preferred line maybe on the outside. He may get clear. No, the 2's still going to be side by side with him. Off turn number 2, down the middle of the back straightaway, entering turn number 3. As actually, let's look forward here. We've got a battle for second. Greg Evans trying to take away that 2nd position away from Nicholas Cohan, who's had it most of the race. He wants to get up to the lead.
Yes, he does. Powerhousing that 3 machine to the front, trying to get everything he possibly can. and motor that thing up there to see if he can't handle the 5 of Anthony DeBarro, who has been in control. Right behind him, Mitch Rollo's been one on the move too. Here comes Mike Kelly. Well, the 3 can't get it done, but here comes the 2 machine of Mike on the inside of the 96 of Mitch.
Yeah, the 2 took advantage of that battle there for about fourth or second position, as the 96 got really close to Greg Evans, as he had the lift. But Mike Kelly, what a run there off turn number 2. They're still going to be side by side entering turn number 1. Greg Evans and Nicholas Cohan for second, and for 4th position, it's going to be Mike Kelly and Mitch Rollo.
Man, I tell you what, they were 2 by 2 all the way back. Here comes the 3, though. Greg Evans going to try and get again on the inside of the 57 of Nicholas Cohan. But behind him, you also got them side by side out of turn 4. The 96 machine there. Mitch Rollo's got the 2 of Mike Kelly. And behind him, Rick McBride and the 22 of Nelson Riviera. As they're looking at the mount, they're going to try to take it 3 wide.
No, they're going to say 2 wide off turn number 2. Greg Evans on the inside, Mitch Rollo on the outside for position number 3. Nicholas Cohan got clear of Greg, so now it's just a battle trying to get to 3rd position. Mike Kelly got to the outside. He's on the preferred line now. He may take this position away from Greg.
Yes, he is. A 3 right there, man. Looking on the inside. Can Mike Kelly get that high side rumbling? Here comes Mitch Rollo. We have seen him do this time and time again throughout the entire race. He is pulling that number 96 machine to the front. He's on the inside off of 2. Down the backstretch, going to battle it out door to door in the 3 with Nicholas Cohan here. Is he going to be able to hold that inside lane? He's got help, though. Here comes the 2 of Mike Kelly.
Yep, as the 57 actually had to lift there off turn number 4 a little bit. That'll give the advantage to Mitch Rollo. Mitch Rollo, he's going to let him go, but let them both go, actually, entering turn number 1. So the 96 to P2 and Mike Kelly, the number 2 car to P3.
Man, I tell you, that was awesome. He might have thought better of, said, look, this guy's men are on a mission. Maybe I'm going to save my equipment back here, let them go up there and run it off, and I'll try to come back later on here, as it's just a fantastic battling and a lot of driving up there. I mean, oh, we got a car in the wall back there, and he's in the grass.
Let's see who that was.
Jose Gonzalez.
Jose Gonzalez. It just looks like he pushed up off turn number 4, got loose, and into the grass. Luckily, he saved it from spinning into pit road, into the wall, whatever. But he lost quite a bit of positions from that one.
Yeah, put him back to the 14th place spot. I mean, a good driving job there. He bounced off the wall right in front of the field. Could have been very, very disastrous. But he was able to hang on to it. Like I said, put him back there in the back. I mean, we just got some battling going all over this track right now. I mean, Greg Evans has fallen off the pace. He's back in the 7th place spot. Thomas George back in the 8th there, along with Chad Cole and company. So Greg Evans has just dropped off. With a minute ago, he was up front. And also Rick McBride.
Yeah, I believe he got caught on the inside lane there. Just got trained by the guys on the outside lane. So there goes that 2nd position. He's going to try and work his way up, though. It looks like he's trying to work the outside now, but Brett McBride right ahead of him is trying to keep that position and run the outside too.
Yes, he is. Good battling going on through and through this whole entire field here tonight. Well, folks, hey, hope you appreciate everything going on. We're here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, Sim500 Monday Night Money Series here, presented by Transervice here tonight at Atlanta Cup Series live action. The man up front, Anthony DeBarro. Hey, what's going on, John, out there? I see you. And Mitch Rollo, been able to pull it up. Got Mike Kelly in 3rd, Nicholas Cohan 4th, and Nelson Riviera rounds out the top 5 as of right now. And a good run. Myself, Joe White up here in the booth. I got Logan Clampett. Folks, if you don't know who that is, watch the man on Tuesday night, Peak Antifreeze. He gave him a show last season. He'll give you another one this season, too.
Yep, that's right, Joe. Thank you. Again, looking forward to this season. We already completed one race at Daytona. It wasn't our race. Finished 27th. Had some really bad strategy calls, but again, we still have the full season ahead of us, plus the playoffs. So, I can't wait to put on a show.
you know, that's the biggest thing. You make that playoffs, anything can happen from there. So that's the thing. And talking about playoffs, these guys have their own style playoff here too. They follow pretty much the whole chase format. So you win a race, you in, and that's another thing I look out to. Big money here in this series. So it's kind of, you know, you kind of relate to what these guys will be going through throughout the whole entire season.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Well, not necessarily. During the season through peak, actually, it's points. It's points for the whole season. It's not a win and you're in situation. But once you get to the round 1 of the playoffs, which is 4 races, then during those 4 races, it'll be if you're in the top 8. If you win, you're locked into Homestead, the final race. So it's 2 rounds, a little different, only 18 race season. So that's why it's 4 races round 1, and then the final round, and that'll be Homestead. But yeah, if you win one of those 4 races, and if you're in the top 8, then you're locked into Homestead. But mainly, if you win a race throughout the season, it's I believe it is 5 extra bonus points. For a win, so there's that to it, though.
Man, look, too much math for me there, boy. You ain't complicated it. It made my head hurt.
Yeah, you get added those 5. You get added those 5 points onto your points entering round 1. It's hard to explain, but once you kind of watch it and figure it out, you could get it pretty easily.
Nice, good deal. Well, definitely not quite as complicated as that here. Like I said, I think you win here. Obviously, you still can get in with points and whatnot, but it's going to be a long season for these guys. It's a good race so far here. Race number 2 of the season. Rick McBride, who we were talking about earlier, he goes way high and wide there, up against the wall, flirting with disaster. But look at the slingshot run he gets on the back stretch into 3 on Greg Evans of the 3 machine.
Yeah, definitely a great run there. He's able to keep his position for now. Let's see if he can get a run off turn number 4 here. That he does. He's still going to keep his number 6 position entering turn number 1.
Yes, he is. Well, everybody's single file up front all the way to about the, I'd say probably all the way back to about the top 20 or so here. Brian Boris Cook back in the 21st position. Just kind of looking through here. I was talking about Jonathan Cadell. He's still sitting up there in the 15th spot right now.
Yeah, again, Jonathan has really worked his way up. He's kind of stalled out here. Last time we checked in, he was about 14th, 16th position, somewhere around 15th, like where he is right now. Same with Chad Coleman. So, but they're definitely quick. We'll just have to see off of the next couple restarts, if we do have a couple restarts ahead of us, see what they can do.
Yep. And you know what? We're getting down here to the point that I always like to call business is about to pick up. You know, and pretty much at this point of the race, been pretty good long green flag run. Most of these guys down here around about 20 laps or so. If you've got anything, you better start trying to use it probably within the next, well, about 29 laps to go. We're going to start seeing guys within probably the next 10 to 15 laps here. And if you've got anything out here, you better run what you run.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You got to go right now. We're about 30 laps to go, actually. If this stays green, these drivers may have to make a pit stop depending on when the restart was.
Like I say, they've been out now, the top, well, pretty much about everybody. Been out there for about 22 laps on their tires. I'm going to say they're going to have to make at least another, I'm not sure if they run 100% fuel here or not. If they do, they can make it on fuel, but the problem is tires are going to be the question.
Yep, that'll be the big question. You can make up, they're about, let's see, they're about maybe, I'm going to check Anthony's lap times here, they're about maybe close to a second off of what they were, actually no, almost 2 seconds of what they were running at the beginning of the run. So like you said, it all depends on what you have for tires or not.
Yeah, right now, good battle though, still here between Mitch Rollo and that man. He's he's got his hands full right now with Nicholas Cohan. Nicholas Cohan's looking on the inside, so battle for second spot. Oh, he almost doesn't give him much room, closes the door almost on him.
Oh, he does actually exiting corner number 2. He actually got a little loose there, but that was definitely very close there. He pinched him down to the inside, but keeps that position number 2.
Yes, he does. And that's going to let Nicholas, he's going to stay back there in the third place spot, but he's going to go up top and see if he can't get a run off the turn. As Mitch stays down low, going to slam the door on him. No, can't quite get it done. As that's going to leave the outside open, they're going to go door to door and battle it out for second spot.
This is definitely a great battle for position number 2. Nicholas, like you said, conserved his stuff there.
Well, Logan there, he's got the people in the backside. That's okay. That happens. Hey, folks, look. We're not in no studio or nothing, so I have the same thing. My wife and all of them people here, and I got kids, I understand. But it's a good battle going on. And right now, Nicholas Cohan, he takes that spot. Well, he motored it on the outside and took it away from Mitch Rollo and goes to the second place spot. Here's the 3 machine. As the number 96 machine, in the third place. Mike Kelly right there sitting in fourth. He's got actually that man, Rick McBride. So, like we said, business is picking up a little bit up front here. Well, folks, hey, real quick, since we're here, we got about 20-some laps here to go. And we're here live here tonight. Sim500 Monday Night Money Series brought to you by Transervice here. And it's been a very good race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Race 2 of the season so far. I'll tell you what we're going to do right fast. Let's step away, take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere. All right, folks, we're live back here, back from a little bit of break right there. We're back here at the Sim500 Monday Night Money Series, presented by Transervice, live here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We're getting down here with 15 to go. I always say it's run what you brung. Business is definitely going to pick up front, as always. Let's see if Logan stepped away a second. Let's see if he's back here. Logan, you back yet? Yeah, he'll be back here in a few. Right now, like I say, we got some good battling going on. Anthony DeBarro, he has got a 2.5 second lead over that man right there, Nick Cohan, who has got a lead, who's over the man in the third place spot, Mitch Rollo. And Mitch is trying to do everything he possibly can to climb back up here as we're getting set here, get down to the end of this one. We got less than 15 to go here tonight at Atlanta. Very good running so far. You bet, that's right, John. Go time out there. And still got a good field. Started with 39 drivers, only a few of them out of the race. Nick Solomon, Timothy Johnson, Joe Hudson, E.J. O'Rourke, and Eric Arnold out of it. Doug Roth, he's way off the pace. He's back on 37. Get some laps down. Casey Duncan off the pace. James Pasquarella there also. A couple cars caught up in some wrecks earlier on. I was talking here in the break here, me and Logan was, and Logan said he believes these guys will be able to go the whole entire distance. There's going to be interesting tires. What's going to happen? That man Anthony DeBarro, the 5 machine, he's definitely one who has just been able to just walk away, and he's loving every minute of what he's seeing out front. Oh, Brian Boris Cook right there along with Jose Gonzalez. They're battling it out. They almost got loose right there. So as you see, Jose is on the back deck lid of the 63. He's trying to hang on to that machine. Just hold on to that horse out there. It's a wild one. Definitely be very, very careful. Jose gets a little bit loose coming out of the turn. Hang on to it. Well, like I say, I always want to appreciate everybody tuning in. Let me know, man, how everything looks, sounds to you out there, and definitely let me know how you like all the stuff, man, going on. How you like the race? I mean, it's been a very, very good one. These guys, man, right now definitely showing what they've got out here. There's good battles throughout the field. As Anthony DeBarro, your leader up front, he's got it under control right now.
Anthony still has about a 2.5 second lead over Nicholas, actually. So let's see. So it looks like whoever just got his lap back, Steve, looks like he's doing a little different of a strategy here. He's trying to do maybe 25 laps and 25 laps, trying to catch the leader. But I'm not sure if that strategy is going to work, but he's going to try his best here as they're 10 to go.
If he got a caution now, that would work out very well to his favor. The problem is, the two things I like throwing out. Obviously, the last lap, well, that ends it. Usually with 5 to go, if a caution comes out, that ends it.
Actually, if a caution came out, it would actually make Steve's strategy worse. So drivers who are on that strategy are maybe hoping it stays green, because he's already a second off the pace. So if there was a caution and he stayed out, everyone else pit, he would drop like a rock to the back. Yeah. So I'm sure they probably wanted to stay green here, but let's see what they can do here at the end. They're about, let's see.
He's in 23rd right now.
He's about maybe a second quicker or so than Anthony right now. So if he's 23rd, he's not going to catch him. He needs to catch him about 3 seconds a lap.
Wow.
But as of right now, that strategy isn't going to work.
Yeah, well, that's why I was alluding to, if he got a caution, he wouldn't have to go in. Now, like what you're talking about, he would definitely be on a lot of older tires. The only saving grace to him would be is if it went green and he was able to hold them off and a caution came out real quick, well, guess what? Then, hey, he won the lottery. But you're right. He would definitely be kind of a sitting duck up front with guys on newer tires.
Yeah, that could work. He could stay out and just hope for a quick caution. Win the race, maybe.
Yeah, it will be a gamble. And hey, you know, sometimes racing, it's a gamble.
That it is, as Anthony DeBarro entering turn number 3 and 4. He's going to come to 6 laps to go. He's going to try and finish this one out in first position.
I'll tell you, Logan, you know, that guy right there, he's just dominated. He is definitely just, he's been the class of the field all night long. He's came out here, and from the get-go, he is just, he's pretty much just showing them how it's done tonight here at Atlanta.
That it is. He's probably led about, what do you think? Over half laps, maybe?
114.
114. Yeah, that says it all. He is, like you said, dominated this race and definitely deserves this win.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, right now is he's dominated. I mean, we alluded to it earlier on. I did. You know, Kevin Harvick, who dominated yesterday and won it, and he does that in Atlanta. Sometimes always something comes up. We got about 5 to go here as he comes out of turn number 2 down the back stretch. Nicholas Cohan, he's 1.8 seconds back, and that lead is growing. Well, that's something that he would actually have to have that 5 machine pretty much make a mistake up front.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. He would have to make a big mistake up in front for him to actually a caution. That's going to end the race there. Your winner, Anthony DeBarro, in the number 5 machine. Look at that.
But I tell you what, you know, we were talking about it there. Let's go back here and see if we can't find it, caution.
There's Brian Boris and Jonathan Goodell.
Oh, that's not what folks want to see. Well, let's go back on the replay here. Watch what happened to them back here in the back. Let's see what happened to these guys back here. Well, it takes us back that far. Looks like those two just kind of got tangled up. Looks like Jonathan Goodell was up in the wall. The 63 and them, they just got together on the back stretch. The 26 also around too. So 2 other machines there hard to wall. Looks like that's the 10 machine back there. So hate to see that on Jonathan's part. Good run so far here today, but it's not the run he wanted to end up with. That's going to put an end to this one here at Atlanta. Anthony DeBarro is going to pull this thing off here tonight. Wow, and Nicholas Cohan will be right there in second. Mitch Rollo right there in third. What's on, Davis?
That it is.
Wow. Well, I tell you, it was a good race. I mean, all throughout the field. Something we expected here, you know, with Atlanta. I mean, it was multi-grooves and you know, we saw guys battling throughout. It wasn't really just kind of a single file affair, even though Anthony, I'm gonna say pretty much had the lock on the field tonight here. You know, dominated, led well over 114 laps here tonight. So he had the number here coming in to Atlanta, but definitely a good battle that these guys were putting on throughout the whole entire field.
Yeah, it was all Anthony DeBarro and Nicholas Cohan battling it out. Maybe mid-race there, Nicholas got caught up in few traffic situations there towards the end of that, or at the whole run actually. At the beginning of that run, he got held up maybe a little bit, maybe conserving a little bit too much, and that just gave Anthony the advantage there and finished it off in P number 1. Absolutely.
Well, folks, hope you enjoyed that one, as we're going to end this race number 2 here tonight. These guys, man, here at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Sim500 Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice here in the Cup Cars. Anthony DeBarro in the 5 is going to pull it off here tonight with Nicholas Cohan in second, Mitch Rollo in third. Rick McBride's going to end it up in 4th, Mike Kelly in 5th. Now, obviously is unofficial because you still got to make it to the checkered flag, and if you blow up or lose connection or something like that, you can lose that position also. Pace car's pulling them on for the final time down the back stretch here, the final lap. And that man in the number 5, I know he's going to be happy, probably a little tired out there, but he's had a very, very good run here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway. He's coming out of turn 3 for the final time to take the checkered flag.
That is absolutely correct, but it was definitely a great race overall for all the drivers. Really good racing at Atlanta. That's why I love this track. Creates great side-by-side racing, and it's a very slick track. You have to really wheel it out there to be quick.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, that's it. Final man across the line. That man right there, Anthony DeBarro, is going to pull it off here tonight. We can't bring him up, so he did very well. Actually, you've got third place man Mitch Rollo, so 2 teammates here from the Boomtown Sim team is going to be first and third here tonight, as Anthony's going to be putting it in victory lane. Let's see if we can find old Nicholas Cohan. He's down here in the Dizzy Motorsports. As he tried to battle all night long, he tried to break up that team affair there and pulled it off. So bring up third place man here and get an interview in with him. I'll let you get a talk in with him here, Logan. And that would actually be old Mitch Rollo out there.
Mitch Rollo, this is Logan. Clamp it up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, bud.
Great race out there. You started 11th, finished 3rd. Your teammate won the race. Just pretty much just give us your perspective there during the race. How slick was the track? How did the car feel? And what was basically your strategy out there?
Well, saying it's loose is an understatement. That thing was on ice all night long. I just could not keep the right rear under that thing. I'm very worn out. I was a very taxing race physically. You wouldn't think it would, but it's, you know, I'm wore the heck out now. So, but it was a lot of fun, and Anthony got in victory lane. It was an awesome race for the team.
Yeah, I definitely experienced that one in NIS fixed on Thursday. Got caught up in a few situations, so I know what you're talking about there, being really on ice. But congratulations on your podium finish. What are you looking to do for the rest of the season?
Well, just keep doing what we're doing. You know, if Corbin and Sean, our other teammates, if they didn't get caught up in stuff back there, they would have been right up there with us. So no worries there. Now we just got to keep checking off some wins and get some points and just advance through the season and stay consistent.
That it is. As we finish it off here, anyone you'd like to thank? Any sponsors? Any shout-outs?
Yeah, huge shout out to Transervice Logistics there. They're coming on board this year for the Cup Series here at Sim500, so a huge thanks to them. Gotta thank MDR Designs, and my teammates Corbin, Sean, Anthony, and up in the sky there we got Jared Como, so he definitely helps with strategy all throughout the race. And you guys at OSRN, and I gotta thank my girlfriend for letting me do this. She definitely don't have to, so thanks to her.
Alright, thank you, Mitch. Again, congratulations on your podium finish, and hopefully see you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Alright, that's old Mitch Rollo right there, pulling off a third place spot, Logan. Good run for him tonight. And definitely just him and a new team here. Definitely coming about here in the Sim500. Let's run down here to second place man. Let's get a talk in with Nick Cohan, because this guy was trying to do everything he could to battle with the leader here tonight at that number 5, Nicholas Cohan. Here you go.
Nick Cohan, this is Logan Clampett. You got a copy?
Got you, buddy.
Nick, you and Anthony definitely put on a performance about midway through the race. It was an exciting one to watch. You were maybe half a second there, mid-race, almost all race between Anthony. Just give us your perspective there, the whole race. Like, what was your strategy and stuff, and what did you kind of want to do there at the end? Were you trying to conserve tires maybe towards the end, or was Anthony just kind of that much faster?
Yeah, we had an interesting race. It was fun battling up there. I mean, we never left the top 5, so that was good. I always feel good here at Atlanta, so we qualified inside top 5 and just stayed up there the whole race, and that was the plan. Take care of the car, don't hit the wall, and the number one thing was take care of the tires, and we did that. We had some good battles with Anthony up there for the lead. It was a lot of fun playing cat and mouse with each other, and I wanted to just ride along in second there that last run, but everybody really drove really hard there that last run, and it kind of forces my hand to drive hard just to stay up there. So I didn't want to drop back too far in case the caution came out, because we didn't have a short run car tonight. So kind of wore my tires out there in the beginning of the run. I had a feeling it might cost me, but I was kind of just praying for a caution then at that point. But I tried to save my tires best I could, but then it was time to go. Tried sticking to my plan, which was running the outside, and wasn't really working. So we moved around a little bit and just couldn't do it. I was slowly wheeling them in, but it would have been taking me another 30 laps, and in another 30 laps I would have spun out with those tires. But overall it was a good race. Target Camry was great, but we'll take seconds, not bad.
Alrighty. Any shout outs you'd like to give? Anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, just want to give a shout out to my dad. I know he's watching, and a couple of my friends, Target, CJ Automotive, Toyota, and all my teammates here tonight. I know they didn't have that great of a night, but worked together well, and we'll get them next week at V's.
Alrighty, Nick. Congratulations on your P number 2 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. I'm sure you and your dad are proud of that. Joe, I believe you've caught up with Anthony DeBarro in victory lane.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Nick Cohan right there did everything he could tonight, battling it out, trying to do the pull off and try to run down this man here tonight, the winner here, the Sim500 Monday Night Money Series, presented by Transervice here in the Cup car. Anthony DeBarro here to winner at Atlanta. Anthony's Joe in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, how you doing?
Well, I tell you what, we talked to you earlier on. You said that you was trying to fill this track out. And I tell you what, you were bad fast and had a rocket ship out there all night long and had them covered. I mean, take us back to, did you feel pressure from the back? I mean, how was the car all night long?
I just mainly focused on staying on that white line. If you got a foot off it, you were sideways off the corner. I was just straight shot, giving up the speed in the center and just hooking that white line, like using the throttle and brake to keep the nose planted. I mean, I paid attention a lot to what everyone was talking about with Kevin Harvick this week. I mean, I'm sure I did it, even if I did it a tenth of how he does it. I mean, it feels great though. I mean, we had a rocket ship in that Coors Light Silver Bullet tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, the number 5 definitely is. I mean, you had a few battles up there with Nicholas Cohan and a few other ones. Kind of got close to you, and y'all were swapping position earlier on. You got to let us know here. Me and Logan was watching you. We saw you jump out to a big lead early, and then kind of went back. Was you trying different lines, trying different things throughout the race?
I had a steady pace I wanted to run. I didn't want to let anyone get too far by me. I mean, it was weird. I thought Nick was going to get by me and take off, and then I just kept hitting my marks, and 2 laps later I was back by him. So I don't know if he slipped or something. I don't know. I think if he was in front of me, like it was roles reversed, it would have just been the same deal. I mean, he would have been 2 seconds at it. He's fast on these deals. He did a good job getting some speed, and he's going to be fighting him all season for these wins. That's for sure. He's such a smooth driver.
Absolutely. Well, he said y'all used to run together a whole lot, and it was fun to be out there to build a battle with you. But you pulled it off. Race 2 here of the Sim500 Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice tonight. You got him out there you want to thank?
Yeah, MDR Designs. Mitch does some cool stuff with paint schemes. Anyone wants some paint done up, just send Mitch Rolo a message on Facebook, and you guys up in the booth, OSRN, do a wonderful job. I mean, that was cool. He pulled me in to do a mid-race interview. I enjoyed that, and obviously Transervice Logistics. Like, without them, the series wouldn't be possible.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, again, congratulations. Good run out there tonight here in Atlanta. Pulling off the win, Anthony Navarro.
Thank you.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, they're a happy guy, man, to be able to pull this thing off here tonight. I'm going to bring up our results order because Anthony Navarro pulling it off here in the winner's circle. Nicholas Cohan there in second, Mitch Rollo third, Rick McBride in fourth, Mike Kelly pulling it up in the fifth, Thomas George sixth, Chad Cole in seventh, Nelson Riviere in eighth, Greg Evans in ninth. Around the top 10 is Nick Timms. Let's look through the rest of this field here. I mean, wow, it was a good race out there, Logan, from the green flag on. You got any final words on this one?
Just thank you for having me up in the booth here, filling in for Harry. So thank you to that. But yeah, it was definitely a great race. It was fun to see, like, you know, what drivers were doing, trying to conserve their tires. So again, I always love Atlanta. I love it just because it creates great racing and because it's so slick nowadays since this new build came out.
Absolutely, and it's always good. I appreciate you coming up here in short notice, been in the booth, and it's good to have one of the pro-style drivers here. And y'all are the best of the best that iRacing has to offer. Check those guys out on Tuesday night, Race Spot TV. Well, for us here at the Online Sim Racing Network, has been an awesome race and a good one there as Anthony Navarro pulled the win off here tonight. The Sim500 Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Well, folks, until next week, appreciate everybody coming out. Everyone had a good night.